Hey, what's going on, you guys? How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing well. Let me do my great intro. Welcome, friends, family, those I know, those who I don't know. It's your boy Lawrence Thompson here on the Selfish Leader podcast, where I talk about different opportunities where you use leadership in business, use leadership in family, use leadership in your day-to-day life, use leadership even with community. And so I will break that thing down and go from there. A little bit about myself is that I am a retired veteran here, 22 years. I've been in the military and I just recently retired. But I've been in situations where opportunities to lead and have those different conflicts or those different highs when it comes to leadership, I've been in most of them. You got to think of it that I'm leading people who, one, I don't know, two, we have a main mission, and three, everything is condensed down in a can. So you got to think about your world. Your world as a leader, if you're not in the military, is scattered, it's spread out. But in the military, everything happens in a can. Everything is condensed. Everything is compressed. And so in that time of me being in the military, I've learned different skill sets, or I learned different things that I use in leadership that help me not only produce great leaders, but also was able to get the mission done and also help me to get families back to families, right? Get people back home. And so what I wanted to do is just really come out and actually break down some of those tools that I use to actually really help and go from there. A lot of this is based off and come from my book, The Selfish Leader. The Selfish Leader is not a book to combat against the servant leader. Like, I applaud the servant leader. I even reference the servant leader in my book. You can actually get that book on Amazon. But what I did was is I understood that as being a leader, one of the key components in your character is that you have to be selfish. I understand that saying the word selfish or saying you have to be selfish could be looked at as having this negative connotation, or looked at as that you can't be that way or we shouldn't be that way. But hold tight. I'm going to explain to you why being selfish is one of the key high components that I use to not only build better teams, but also be an effective leader, not just within my team, but outside of my team. And so when you look at the word selfish, we've been told a lot that, hey, you shouldn't have that word. You shouldn't want to be that way. And, if those who are selfish are mean, greedy, and all that type of stuff. And I'm going to say yes, and I'm going to say no to that. And what I mean by this is that a person who is selfish when is partnered or married with humility is a great asset. But a person who is selfish and is married and connected with arrogance, they are dangerous. And there's a difference. See, a person with humility, with selfishness, understand that today they're selfish, but tomorrow they're selfless. Let me say that one more time. A person who is selfish, but is married with humility, they understand that today they're selfish, but tomorrow they're selfless. It's the opposite of the one that is arrogant. The one that is arrogant was selfish. They're selfish, but they're arrogant to push down and hurt and harm other people by what they do and say. So they don't care about how it will benefit the team or how it will benefit the whole. They only care about how it benefit oneself. And so I'm going to lean over to this side of being selfish with humility. The number one thing that I learned of being a leader in the years that I was in the military is that I had to become selfish enough when it comes to the mission, when it comes to moving my team forward, when it comes to one-on-one conversations or one-on-one opportunities, and two, to make myself look good. Yes, let me say this. A leader has ego. If you don't have ego, something's wrong. And why I say that is that you always want to make sure you do your best. You want to always make sure that you succeed. You want to always make sure that you always get the best results out of everything. And so, do a leader have ego? Yes. Can a leader have ego? Yes. But understand the character trait that is coupled with it is humility. Humility has to be that baseline where it comes to your character trait of building this thing. So from the position or from the expression of humility, I lead selfishly. All right. I know this is rocking your brain. This is not connected, but I promise you this, by the end of this video, you will understand what I'm saying. And we'll put the pieces together. And so because my character is resting on humility, is built through humility. My humility is built through the word of God. My humility is built through the relationship I have with God. My humility is built through my love, through how I love the scriptures and what the scriptures say about loving on people. And so I can't exalt myself higher than someone else because of the one that leads me. And so because I stay humble under him, he teaches me to stay humble. Even though I am a very competitive, I am a very ego-driven guy. I'm a very person that, when I see a thing and I get locked in, I'm locked in. And I want to go after it. And I'm going to go after it. And if you challenge me, I'm going to challenge back. Now, I would never get super angry or get upset and yell and all that type of stuff. But you will see the intensity of my work ethic. You will see the intensity of me learning and me understanding different things. You will see that intensity turn up once I'm challenged. So don't get it twisted. I do have an ego. Don't get it twisted. I do have pride. Don't get it twisted. I do want to win. But because I'm under the umbrella of understanding humility, because he humbles me every day, I understand that though I have this competitive fight, this ego in me, this pride in me, I'm still going to love on people to the highest level. You will never see me offend anybody. Just the other day, I was at an event and the lady was serving us at the event. And when she's serving us at the event, I thanked her for serving us at the event. A lot of people come through there. A lot of people there getting food from this young lady. Then the ones that was wiping the table. Thank you. I appreciate it. Same way I was with my team. Though the young person who just came out of boot camp, just got there, don't know anything, when they do something just a little bit above what they've been told to do, I thank them. I celebrate them. And then those who has been there for a while with me that know what to do, I still thank them. But I had to stay in that place of humility so that I can get things done, but so I won't offend. Because selfishly, I got to get the mission done. Selfishly, I got to complete the task. Selfishly, I got to move the needle. Why? Because everything rests on me. And you as a civilian, you in your jobs, you as a leader of your company, everything rests on you. The responsibility is rested on you. And you may think, well, I'm a lower level leader, or I'm a mid-level leader, or I'm a high-level leader. But it doesn't matter what ranking you in. That responsibility relies on you because there's people that follow you. It can be 2 or it can be 200. Somebody is following you. And if you're not sure, or if you're not pushing, or if you're not moving the needle to get the mission done or get the task done, then what's the benefit of your followers following you when you can't lead? They're going to eventually lead themselves. That's another topic. But this is a warning. If you don't stand up and lead, your team will eventually lead themselves. They will find a leader who has a voice. More than likely, it's going to be the one that you have the most conflict with. And they're going to find that voice. And if that voice begins to be stronger than yours, then underneath they will develop their own sect of people. They develop their own cell of people, and now they will have a new leader. And it will become very difficult for you to take that team in the right direction because they don't identify you as a leader. And so sometimes a leader has to be extremely selfish on what they need to get done. Understand this. In the military, we get this great opportunity to do a high level thing, but we get this great opportunity to lead people from different backgrounds, from different parts of the country. And it's very, very amazing how we come together instantly. I told this story is that I went and I deployed in a place, and I only get really 2 days, 48 hours to build trust, 48 hours to get them to understand me, 48 hours to get them to understand the mission, and 48 hours for me to get to understand them. That can be a group of 12, or it could be a group of 40. I get 48 hours to inject everything that I need to do, the vision, the mission, the vision, the purpose of who I am, so that they can follow me for the duration of our deployment. If I don't immediately know how to capture that quickly, then I will spend most of the first month trying to build these things. And truthfully, we don't have time for that. And all I'm gonna do is frustrate them. They're gonna frustrate me. And now I will have all this friction that I have to battle through to actually get them to actually come together as a cohesive unit and move in one direction. The danger of not understanding how to be a leader or start leading selfishly is that in that month, things could get out of control quickly. You can have somebody pass away in their family. You can have somebody just had a birth of a baby. You can have somebody that's never been away from home and now they're depressed. You can have somebody get injured. You can have all these different things happening in that month because there's not a tone set. And so a selfish leader is to set the tone. If you're not casting vision, setting the tone, where will your people go? What would your people do? If they don't know where you stand, if they don't know where you're going, they don't know how you are, they don't know the way you think. My people knew that, one, I'm high energy. Two, I critically think very, very fast. Like, I can see a situation, I put pictures in my head, and quickly decisions come. But I'm very aggressive, but I'm very calm, very humble. You would never see me yell at a troop. You would never see me go off on a troop. Why? Because I want them to understand that no matter how high the situation get, or no matter how stressful the situation get, your leader don't change. And I'm going to remain calm in that space. So one, I can hear what's happening. I can see what's happening. And I can give you the best course of action. Leaders who, I'm not saying don't be emotional, but leaders who don't have control of their emotions, when things start to go awry, when things start to happen, when your team start to bubble up and start to bicker and all this type of stuff start happening, if you don't have control, or they don't understand that you have control of you, then you're going to say something, or you're going to do something that's going to take your team far away from you. And that's what you don't want. And so I learned that being selfish as a leader for things that I want to get done, I had to make sure that's up front. I selfishly told my team up front, you're going to do what I tell you to do. And I wait for the feedback. It's not that I'm telling them they're going to do what I tell them to do. It's the point of letting them know that the vision and the mission is going here. And no matter what goes on, no matter what happens within this time frame that we're out here, this is the primary, and we're going to get this done. And if we do it my way, if we flow it my way, if we move in the way that I'm trying to move in, I promise you we'll get to that end. Now, I need you guys as my pieces to either get it ahead of schedule or be done on schedule, but not less than that. Because less than that is unacceptable. So you're going to do what I tell you to do. Now, you may say, well, in the military, they have to obey you. They don't have to obey me. To be honest with you, when you do that, rank wins. But why would you want to lead with rank? Why you want to lead with position? Leading with position will get you so far, but you won't have the team. They'll do what you say, but they won't do it in a level of excellence. They won't do it efficiently, effectively, and on time. They'll do it because you said it, and they will barely get it done and barely give you the bare minimum because you're leading from position, and they can see through that. I'm gonna say this that's gonna rock your world. You may have heard this, or you may not have heard this, but those that follow you are human too. Man, that's mind-blowing. Boom, just blow your mind, right? Let's say that one more time. Those who are following you are human too. So they're going to have emotions. They're going to process different things. And if you feel that if somebody spoke to you that way, or if you feel that somebody did you that way and how you would react, how you think they are feeling? So let's get back to being a selfish leader. Your selfish leaders are your disruptors, your groundbreakers. Your selfish leaders will rally the team. Why do I say that? It's because, like I said, I'm a Bible guy, but listen to this. God said, I'd much rather you be hot or cold, not in between. Now, granted, I get it. I was talking about something else in context, but let's look at the premise of that saying. If you cold, I know how to deal with you. If you hot, I know how to deal with you. But if you in the middle, lukewarm, I don't know how to communicate and deal with you. So I'm very confused. And so if your team is confused about your leadership style or how you lead, then your projects are going to be longer. You're going to get off of work later. Trust me, I went through it. I went through it where it seemed like, man, no matter what was going on, we was getting off late. And I'm like, I do not want to keep getting off late. And I would go to my team and I say, listen, I do not want to keep getting off late. And so how do we stop this from getting off late? And I was racking my brain. Well, I didn't choose a pathway. I wasn't cold or hot. I was trying to be in the middle to try to marry everything together no, I had to stand up and say, no, this is what we're doing. This is how we're moving it. And this was this. I wrote it on the board. I put it out there and said, these are the checklists. This is what we had to do. This is what's going on. You assign these, you assign that, you assign that. And at this time on Thursday morning at 9 o'clock, we need to have a report to show what is happening, what's going on, what's moving. When I did that, things started happening, we started getting off so early. It was that people was questioning what we really working. But it is what it is. So your team needs to know what type of leader you are, or what style of leadership you have, or who you are. I challenge you today, after watching this video, to ask yourself, or go ask maybe 2 or 3 of your teammates, those who follow you. Ask them, do they know who you are as a leader? If it's difficult for them to answer, if it's difficult for them to answer that, then you might want to question, do they know you as a leader? Or do they see you as one of them? Listen, I used to tell my team, I'll go out with you guys. I'll even hang out with you guys. But I'm still the leader. So I would do things to support them, but I wouldn't do things to linger with them. Meaning, when they want to go bowling or go to the movies or go here or whatever, I would show up and be there with them to show that I'm connecting with them, because they have their own experiences and lives and all that type of stuff. So most of them are younger than me. So I would show them that I'm here to support you. I'm here with you, but I'm not going to be here long with you. I'm going to be here long enough to let you know that I see you, understand with you, I can relate to you, but I'm not going to be here long with you because I am still the leader. I've seen where leaders go out with their subordinates, go out with they're the ones that are following them, and they're worse than the ones that was following them. And then when you go back to work, that you see these same people, you wonder why you don't have the leverage, or you wonder why you don't have the strength in your voice or in your words, or the command in your words and your voice than when you have. And then you have to turn around and use positional leadership, meaning I'm your leader. Listen to me, to get your point across, because they forgot or they don't recognize you as a leader. So I challenge you to go and ask 2 or 3. Who are you? Ask them, do they know you as a leader? And then go ask a different 3 about how they feel you're leading them. Because this is going to give you a blueprint. What I've learned about leaders, and when I've trained a lot of leaders and trained my leaders underneath me that I put out there, other airmen and stuff like that, and when I personally talk to people who are leading companies, I find out, even with me, most leaders don't come to grips about their blind spots. And because they don't come to grips with their blind spot, they lose that authority. They lose that influence. They lose that trust, because their blind spots is destroying the team. Their blind spots are making them make decisions that is hindering the team. Their blind spots are hurting them from listening to the team. So that's a PSA announcement. Check your blind spots, okay? Get back to being selfish, all right? You get a lot within this one video. And I will break down all these different topics that I talked about in this video one-on-one. I do have something about blind spots. I have something about how to connect with the team real quickly, what to go through, how to go through it, how to use your voice, how to use your authority. So you will see these different shows coming up and these different things coming up. And I will bring some experts in and bring some people in to talk to or whatever, and maybe make a coaching call, do an interview and see, me actually coaching somebody on leadership and really tackling that thing. Where you're going to see how to use these tools that are there. But go back to being a selfish leader. Being a selfish leader is very beneficial to your team. Why is that? Think about Walt Disney. I look at Walt Disney, I study Walt Disney, I like Walt Disney. But think about Walt Disney, right? Walt Disney, they told him this thing is not going to work. He went to banks, all that type of stuff. He had to use his life insurance to actually fund it. And it wasn't there. He went to ask for permission to do what he needed to do. And a lot of people told him, no. A lot of people told him no, a lot of people no. So he selfishly said, I'll just build it myself and I'll use what I have in my hands. And now every kid in the entire world wants to go to Disney. Disney is stamped all over the place. If you watch sports on ESPN, it's stamped with Disney. So this one man becoming selfish to go after his dreams, go after his goals, build his business. Now the team benefits that. You now have people having jobs. You now have scholarships and charity and all these things. And now somebody can go to Disney World and have this level of fun escaping the world around them because of this man's selfishness to lead. His man's selfishness to be a selfish leader. But he was coupled with humility to the point that he understood that if I go after this hard and take care of everything that I need to take care of first, I can be selfish later. And that's the point of the selfish leader, is that you have to focus in on what it is you're trying to do. You have to focus in on what you purpose to do. You have to focus in on what you believe in you're doing. If you're in this company and you're leading this company and you're in the C-suites, you have to make sure that you're leading and making sure the mission is getting done and complete. Because why? Underneath there, the first person who just got hired, who's in your orientation, they're expecting you to pay them. They're expecting you to give them health insurance. They're expecting you to be able to put food on their table. They came to your job. They came to your company with this expectation because they have needs. And if you're leading at a haphazardly, just go with the flow, it just find its way, it just work its way out, shame on you, because you're doing those people who are trusting you a disservice. And you got to understand that being that selfish leader and really pouring into this, you're changing families' lives. So as I walk these things out through the Selfish Leader brand, the Selfish Leader flow, like I said, my book, The Selfish Leader, it is on Amazon. You can actually go look me up, look up my name, Lawrence Thompson Jr. You can find my book there, and you'll see the framework. But I'm gonna end this segment with this. One of the big things in my book is I say leaders must lead with love. Leaders must lead with love. And I'm gonna break that down. Love is an acronym, but if you don't love your people, or you don't love the mission, or you don't love the job of being a leader, then how can you gain the max out of your business? How can you move to a profitable level if you're not operating in love, if you're not moving in love? How can selfishness and love coexist? It can. I selfishly love you. That's why I'm putting out this content. I selfishly love my teammates and love those who were under me to where I would sacrifice sleep to make sure that they was okay. I selfishly loved them enough that I was there to understand just one piece of what they was excited about. I selfishly loved them that when I needed to fall on the sword, I fell on it and I didn't back out. I went in that office and I told them. I went in the office and said no. I went in, when I know that there are higher level people that can say, no, you're going to do this. I went in there and said no. Now, I never go in there and say no without a plan. But my people who was doing the work said we couldn't do it. So it was my responsibility to take that and listen to them and go in there and say no. Now, they understood they had to come back with a plan of how to make it better. Once I seen that, I accepted that, and we went in there. And I selfishly loved them to fall on the sword. So can selfishness and love come together and be in one? It can. It can. Just like me being a believer. God selfishly loved us that he sent his only son. Because he didn't swear by man that he was going to do anything. He swore by himself that he was going to redeem man. He swore by himself that he was going to make man prosper. He swore by himself that he was going to bring man back to himself. You see how this thing still ties into? So I'm going to change your mind about being selfish. And it's okay. But you're going to understand that this selfish, you're going to appreciate it. Not only using this in business, but you can use this in your relationships. You can use it for a relationship with yourself. You know, why don't you be selfish about yourself and go take care of yourself? You know, do some self-care. Being selfish is okay. It's all right. Just don't use it as a weapon. Well, you can be selfish and be like, no, I'm not going. I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to sleep today. I'm going to go to the spa today. I'm going to go to the gym today. Like, it's okay. Take care of yourself. But that's a different type of conversation. I always like to end with a motivational thought. This is my motivational thought. Eventually, I will have like a transition that comes up in flow, and you'll see it just go right. But this is live. You know, it's not recorded. If it was recorded, I would put those in there. But this is live, and so my motivational thought that I want to have to send to you guys on this day is that. Excuse me. The love you have for you will reflect out the love you have for others. So you must love yourself. I love my neighbor as I love myself. Let's say that one more time. And we hear it, but I want you to hear it with deep conviction. I love my neighbor as I love myself. So, are you loving you? And what I mean by that, are you giving you the things that you want? Are you giving you the things that you need? Are you giving you the love and expression that you have? Are you talking to yourself in a negative way, or are you talking to yourself in a positive way? Are you loving on yourself by just going to do something that you really want to do? Or are you just reframing and not doing it because you said you don't want to do it? Are you loving on yourself enough to say, hey, I want to eat ice cream today. I know you've been working out. I know you've been on that journey, but you want ice cream today. Go eat ice cream. Love on yourself. You can get back to the gym. You can burn those calories off. But do you love on yourself? Because what I know is that once you start loving on you and you love you enough and you love on you a lot, guess what? You will love on others the same. T.O. said this at a very high level. He said, I love me some me. I love me some me. And I ain't a huge T.O. fan, but he's like, I love me some me. And that means something. If you love you some you, then your family, your friends, your city, your community, they will be affected, because when you love on you, you don't want to see things on the outside be down. So loving yourself, man, and go out here and kill it. Man, I thank you guys for watching me. Thank you guys for listening and hearing me out. Get your notepad. It's a long 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Get your notepad, bite it up, chew it up, write it out, gain some nuggets out of that. Leave some comments in the comment box. Help me to answer those questions for you. And if you're looking for someone to come in and speak to your leaders, if you're looking for someone, or you're looking to be personally coached one-on-one, there's an opportunity. DM me. There's some information that will pop up. You can DM me. We can have this conversation, and I can help you guys out. Use my experience of being in a conflict combat area, leading people with complex situations, coming out on top with a high level of effectiveness and efficiency of the mission, and not losing one person. Not losing one person. I'm very proud of that not one person was lost under my watch. And so let's do this. Man, I love you guys. Make sure you follow me on all social media platforms. You can find me. Just type in my name, Lawrence Edward Thompson Jr. You can type that in Google. Google will take you to all my different things that I have, like my books that I have on Amazon, the podcast, on my social media stuff. So if you want to look me up, look up my name, and you can definitely find me. I keep the pictures consistent. And so you definitely know it's me, because my pictures are very consistent with that. But DM me. Let's have a conversation and all this good stuff, man. And as I roll out of here, I am going to bring my music up. You know, I am that producer and everything. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. I appreciate you guys listening. And I thank you guys. And hey, I'm going to sign out like I always do. It may not be the solution, but we will be the antidote. I love you guys. Have a great day.